The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want. Him maketh I lie down in a green pasture, him leadeth I beside still water. Him restored I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I rasta, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Who prepare a table before I, in the presence of our enemy them, who anointed I head with no oil, my cup runneth over. Surely, goodness and mercy, I go follow I all the days of I, Ivan, may I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah, kadama we groma be ya te la e higzag beer tana istalina bashante shante 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 shante. Kadama we groma be ya te la e. Where 2 centuries meeting in the name of the Most High Jah, and there's so Jaja there. If Jaja never build up your house, the builder I go build it in Vienna. Same way, if Jaja never watch upon the same house we built for you, the watchman I go watch it in Vienna. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it and them is safe. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. And I give thanks, and I give thanks, and I give thanks. How mauso bolisa, I don't know what it was simply a fall. How mauso bolisa, akpe kaka, akpe sia. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. My name, Blakk Rasta. In every traditional African home there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking, super nutritious, ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some amount of heating. Now this heating produces food. Paradoxically, the ingredients and the black pot do not even partake in the eating of the food. It is us, me and you, the eaters, who do that. Yet every time they rise to the occasion, the ingredients and the black pot, making food that they do not even partake in eating. What can we learn from this? It's a lesson of selflessness. Until we are selfless, our nation will never develop. Until we are generational thinking, our nation would be a lost one. In fact, we are making children. When we make our policies, do we think about their future? Our children are going to be making children. When we make policies, how far do we look back or forward? Is it 1 year? If it's 1 year, then let's plant tomatoes or maize. If it is 10 years, then let's plant trees. If it is forever, right into the face of the future, then we must plant human beings. Let's invest in human beings. The more we invest in human beings, the more we have a quality resource power. And that is enough to give us a better foundation. My brother, my sister, we are in the service of God and country. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo. And we are live on YouTube. Do me a favor. Our YouTube channel is called Blakk Empire Media, and Blakk is spelled B-L-A-K-K. Subscribe to this channel and click on the bell so that anytime we are on, you'll be the first person to be notified to watch us. Remember to also share the broadcast so many other people can see this wonderful broadcast. We are live on YouTube, and I just want to assure you that this is the place to be. Here we don't criticize, but if we must criticize, on one condition, to build and not to destroy. That is why we say we are in the service of God and country. Thanks so much to ISIT, I-S-I-T. That simply means in spirit, in truth. Now, if you are having problems with your social media platform, so much nudity, so much racism, so much violence, you want to even give up, then this is your app. It's called Is It, built by Ghanaian engineers in America. And this is where all positivity is. They have powerful algorithms that remove negativity before they even pop up. And on Is It, you can go live. You can make video and audio calls. You connect with family and friends and make memories. Upload your videos and photos. Meet other quality, positive-minded people. Promote your business. Push your brand. And let your brand reach all four corners of the earth. It's easy to be on Is It. I am on Is It. Download the app from Google Play and App Store. And that's it. You start to connect and start to make memories. This is the Blackport. Remember, we are also supported by Le Shrine. And when we talk about Le Shrine, we're talking about this wonderful place located right here at La Boma. Right here at La in Accra. Oh my God. It's the place everybody's talking about. It's called the Shrine because it's indigenous. Le Shrine. It's a mini hotel and it also has a swimming pool. He has a bar and he has continental and local dishes. Oh gosh. They have so many activities. On Mondays, you have karaoke and adult night. Don't take children there. Please, on Monday, children are not invited. It's an adult night. Wednesdays, it will be time for reggae night. And Sundays, ladies night. And it's so special. This is Le Shrine. It's the place everybody is talking about. And the shores are washed by the Atlantic Ocean. Oh, it is serene. That's why you can have your peace and have fun. At Le Shrine, we say anything you want to see, come and experience it yourself. And when you leave, keep your lips clean and nice. Spread the word. Spread the word. By keeping your lips clean and nice, it means you will have positive things to say. You can hold your parties here and your gatherings. Oh, all you need to do is to call Le Shrine. Thank you so much. We are expecting your businesses too. Everybody is watching the show. And this show goes viral every day. This is where your business will do good. You can call us on the numbers rolling on your screen. Yes, these are our numbers. +233 244. Yes, 499461. That is our number. Call us and do business with us. This is the Blackport, aka Kukushonomo. And remember to keep your messages coming in. Today we have 6 very important things to look at. So we are going to run like a horse. Number 1. Watch it. What does it say? First story says, arrogant Raymond Archer hates me. And this is Mcdan. Yesterday I had a sit down with Mcdan. On his invitation, I went over to speak with him on so many different issues. I had been trying to get interviews from him, but most of the time he would decline. Yesterday, he accepted that we could sit down and talk about so many different things. This is not the first time I am meeting Mcdan. I've met him before. In fact, this is the second time, especially on the Adan Songo salt issue. In fact, we've been able to talk a lot about so many different things. Today, we are going to look at Raymond Archer. And we are going to look at what Mcdan, the man you see in the photograph there, is saying about Raymond Archer. Let's begin by asking, who is Mcdan? That is the man you see here. He's a self-made millionaire. He has a lot of properties all over Ghana. In fact, he's into so many different businesses. According to him, he's been working at the Ghana airport for over 30 years now. He's a hustler who started off from Labadi, and he struggled so much to be where he is. According to him, he has a master's, and he is somebody who has written a book. If you haven't seen the book yet, you may want to go look through it and see how he grew up from dust all the way up to the brick level. This is Mcdan. Oh my God. Mcdan is married to 2 wives. Mcdan has 9 children. Did I say more? He's a man so many people see as a very rich man. And others too see him as a very tricky politician who plays with parties, different parties that come into power. But who really is Mcdan? We have said so many different things about Mcdan on this platform, and we have more to say now that we've been able to meet and actually speak and be given the opportunity to take notes. Who is Raymond Archer? Raymond Archer is this man you see here, white bearded, gray bearded. In fact, he used to be the editor-in-chief for the Enquirer newspaper. He had a short stint with the Chronicle, and he is somebody that so many people respect. He's a journalist, an investigative journalist. He's a mentor to so many other journalists in Ghana. And so these are two people society actually respects. Is it true one is arrogant? And is it true that one hates the other? Who is speaking the truth and who is lying? But why am I interested in Raymond Archer? I saw something that came out, and it was a write-up on Raymond Archer in the news. And I was shocked to see the headline. Watch the headline. Boom! Pray NPP is in power forever. Raymond Archer wants Mcdan. When I saw this, I was shocked. I cringed. I said, who is this arrogant person telling another person that make sure that your party is in power forever, or else there will be crisis for you? But I looked at it again and said, okay, maybe this person is trying to say that, well, your party is in power, so you are flouting so many different rules. When your party leaves, whatever party comes into power, we will see if that same party is going to give you the room to misbehave like this. So I decided to go into it. Come here, let's look at it together. Blood and fire. Watch me. Businessman Raymond Archer has advised the board chair of the Ghana Trade Fair Company, Daniel Macaulay, popularly known as Mcdan, to pray his party, New Patriotic Party, remains in power forever. According to him, while Mcdan continues to enjoy under the government, he should be wary of the dangers ahead should the NDC be voted into office in the 2024 general elections. So this was where I realized that, okay, so this man is talking about his party, the NDC, coming into power. So it's two parties that are threatening each other, the NDC and the NPP. In this case, a member of the NDC says, if my party comes into power, you are in trouble. That was where I started to really shiver. I shivered, and I decided to go into this story. I placed a call to Mcdan and said, I want your side of the story. The next side of the story is going to be that of Raymond Archer. Oh my God. You know how we do it? We balance the equation. Watch me. It says, Raymond Archer's comments come after he was asked his opinion about Mcdan's comment that Ghanaian youths are lazy. The businessman who had his multi-million-dollar company demolished years ago said the NPP was fond of collapsing businesses they think belong to supporters of the opposition, that's the National Democratic Congress, NDC. He alleged that businesses of NPP supporters, including Mcdan Group, were given prominence to thrive. Speaking on Radio Gold, Raymond Archer said, they, the NPP, have the pattern where they target NDC people when they are in office. They destroy the businesses, they build their own, destroy the politicians, pop up their own. Mcdan, he has to pray. I don't talk too much, but he has to pray that this government stays in office forever. Now, he has the Mcdan Group, a whole lagoon, natural resource was seized and given to him. And all those people who lived on that lagoon, and I understand about 4,000, 5,000 livelihoods have been taken and given to one man. He is building his empire whilst trampling on other people. And then he says, it would be recalled that officials of Ghana Trade Fair Company Limited in 2020 pulled down structures belonging to different companies following a redevelopment project to be taken at the Trade Fair Center. Raymond Archer, who had his companies, Universal Labels and Packaging Company Limited, Unipack, and Color Plant Limited, demolished, was not happy about this, and he spoke. According to him, the court had placed an injunction to stall the demolition exercise. However, authorities of the Trade Fair Company Limited carried out the exercise without prior alert. He noted that he legally acquired the property. Therefore, the actions of the authorities are unjustifiable. Dash. So you see, this is the story. Raymond Archer belongs to the NDC. In the last election, we saw how actively he played in his party's election. And we saw what happened. In 2020, according to Raymond Archer, he spent so much money and built his own business, several millions of dollars, to build his factory. And then, all of a sudden, using government and political power, Mcdan and his people were able to come over and destroy his company, his factory, without giving him enough time, in fact, to move out, and two, without even respecting the courts at the time that had placed an injunction. So I put this question to Mcdan. Mcdan looked at me and said, listen, Blakk Rasta, this guy is envious of me. He hates me. Come here, let me tell you more. Now, according to Mcdan, 5 times he had gone to the office of Raymond Archer and spoke with him and said, listen, we are friends and we are brothers. The government in power has given me the power to take over the trade fair and be the chairman of the trade fair company, whatever they call it. We are going to redevelop the place, so we need to remove some of these buildings. Are you ready to move? He said, no, we are in court. According to Mcdan, he asked him 5 times, what do you really want? Can we sit down and deal with this? But Raymond Archer was so arrogant and was not ready to say anything. Every time he spoke, he told him, we are in court, because he believed that he had a case and he could win. Mcdan said 5 times he drove to his office and spoke to him. And once it didn't work, it ended up in court. And the court decided in favor of the government in power and Mcdan. So they decided to go there and demolish so they could start the redevelopment process. But before they did that, Raymond Archer quickly returned to court with his lawyers, trying to place another injunction, in fact, a stay of order. But according to Raymond Archer, Mcdan and his party in power, the NPP, decided to disregard this stay of action, and they went straight and demolished his factory, and he lost several millions of American dollars. According to him, he imported from 4 different countries different machines to build his factory. And when he did it, if he had to even move at all, he had to bring in engineers from those 4 countries to come in and professionally dismantle the things so he could relocate. He wasn't given that chance. They only came in and destroyed everything. From that time, he has been so bitter, full of vitriol, and very angry that this did not go in his favor, according to Mcdan. So I asked Mcdan, is it true that you ordered your people to go destroy the place? And this was what Mcdan said. This guy there was a squatter. He had been there for over 10 years. He was a squatter. He didn't have any papers to show that he was legally supposed to be there, according to Mcdan. So Raymond Archer was a squatter. Again, Mcdan asked me, if the courts ordered that there should be a stay of action and we went ahead to demolish the place, why did they not run back to the court to tell the court that, well, there was a stay? But the people went ahead to destroy this. Why didn't they do that? I couldn't answer. But there was one thing I was able to answer. Mcdan asked a question. What was the question he asked? He said Raymond Archer was a squatter. For 10 years he had been there. And he decided to develop a factory right there without permission. And if he was a squatter, how was he able to go to court? And the court did not tell him that he was a squatter. And for that matter, he had no right to bring any issue like this to the court. He was illegally there. So you see the two stories. This one says, oh, you are a squatter. You have no right to the trade fair. The other one said, oh, I got all the papers. I built my factory. Several millions of dollars. I built that. And when there was a stay of proceedings, they broke that and came in and dismantled and destroyed my things. Why did Raymond Archer not run back to the court? Or did they use political power to subdue him? Put aside all these things. I will tell you why I decided to talk about this. Come here, my lord. My biggest problem is I am sad when people tell each other, wait until we come into power. We don't need that in Ghana. Kennedy Agyapong, the braggart, is the one who normally says those things. Wait until the NPP comes into power. Ibrahim Mahama will go to jail. If he doesn't go to jail, I will drink poison and die. What kind of childish talk is that? Every time, wait until our party comes into power. Is that how we want to build the country? Is that how we want to build the country? Remember at the beginning I said, if Raymond Archer had said, pray that your party is in power forever. Because any other party that comes into power would expose your rot and death. But to say when my party, the NDC, comes into power, you are trying to have what is known as power play. It is not a jungle. We do not wait until it's time to play chess. Then we show each other power. Are we saying that the laws in Ghana don't work? Every party comes with different laws. Do we have institutions? This is so junglistic. It is so sad. It's sad for people to come out and say, wait until my party comes into power. When I saw it, I wanted to give this write-up the benefit of the doubt. And knowing who Raymond Archer is, soft-spoken, I did not believe that this would come out of his mouth. My brother, my sister, let us be very careful. We should stop talking about our political parties coming into power before we can thrive. The institutions have to work. Politicians must draw a thin line between the nation's interest and their parochial interest. We are looking at the nation's interest, but it looks like when parties come into power, they are only looking for their members so they can give them bread and butter. The rest can go to hell. Remember what we just read. He said the NPP comes into power and destroys all the activities, the livelihoods of different people belonging to the opposition NDC. And when NDC too comes, it reciprocates. When is the nation going to develop? I am so sad. My brother, I decided that I was going to find out if the NDC spoke with Raymond Archer to say that this thing that you have said is not the best. You shouldn't have said this. And my checks show that Raymond Archer has been spoken to and he has accepted that he shouldn't have made utterances like this. But why hasn't he gone public to make this thing known? After all, when we make utterances, they stay with us on the internet. And when we come back and rebut them, at least we are taking away some of the vitriol from the past. I know Raymond Archer might be very angry that millions of dollars that he sunk into his business went down the drain. But my brother, don't let us be so regionalized in our minds, so parochial in our minds, so mediocre in our minds, to always say, until my party comes into power, I am a worthless human being. No, the laws must work. We must force the law to work either by the streak of the pen or by the cassock and the rosary or by the cap and the tasbah. We must make sure that the laws work. Or else, at a particular time, a big chunk of the people are going to be shortchanged, all because their political party is not in power. I don't know what you think, but make sure that you send that in the comment section. We're going to read that. Dash and come here. Next thing I want to look at, and you must open your ears and eyes. Agyapong to build factories in northern Ghana. Who is Agyapong? He's the man. I like the way he's doing his campaigning. He goes to the grassroots. I hardly hear him speak the English language. He has made it clear. He is not that educated. He is not there to speak Shakespearean English or Elizabethan English, like it's been known with all our politics in Ghana. The more you speak the English language, the better your chances of winning every election in Ghana. They judge you by how much English you speak, but things are changing. Agyapong, in fact, an MP, has been able to relegate all the other 9 to the background. The energy and force he's pushing his campaign, even if he loses, I would always applaud him. He came out from nowhere with energy and power. He's going round from ghetto to ghetto, from inner city to inner city. He goes everywhere. He gathers the people. Sometimes he's wearing just a t-shirt. And he stands in front of the people and he addresses them in the language that they understand, without all the polysyllabic words of English. Agyapong has been able to warm himself into the hearts of so many Ghanaians. Who has heard about Apreku and who remembers Apreku? Even Alan Cash is wallowing in despondency. Baumia himself is shaking like a leaf that is all yellow. All the others, we don't even remember them anymore. All because Agyapong has become the new force. And to make it even worse for the rest of the candidates, he's now number 1 on their ballot paper. And Baumia is number 10. I wish the elections would go like that, so Baumia will be last, 0. I don't want Baumia to win anything. It is my prayer that he comes last at the 0 there, number 10, so that Agyapong at least will be able to go high. Again, I don't want Agyapong to be president. I want him to win in his party, the NPP, but I do not want him to be president because I don't trust him when it comes to international issues. He's a businessman. He makes his money. I'm yet to understand his level of understanding of Pan-Africanism. I still have it in my heart that this is a man who can easily sell Ghana to the white man. And that's my opinion. Why is Blakk Rasta saying this? The other day, he brought Indians all the way from India, a number of them, to come and work on his coal store. And I asked the question, are there not Ghanaians to do this? Yes, he's employed a lot of Ghanaians. But why Indians? I've heard him several times talk about how he went to a certain hospital and it was only Filipinos who were there. And that the service was so good. I've heard him attack other nationals in this country who have been given so much room to operate. But I am still in that balance. Can I trust him with international issues and Pan-Africanism? That's my problem. As for his utterances, we can deal with that. But what does he understand about Pan-Africanism? Is he the leader who is going to take Ghana outside the box of poverty? Or he's going to just come in and then passion and inflame his passion for his own business? That's my problem. But forgive me for digressing so much. The thing is, Kennedy Agyapong to build factories in northern Ghana. He was in northern Ghana. And those of you who heard his speech, he said he traveled all the way and he saw so much land. And nothing was happening to the land. He regretted that politicians have not been able to build any such factories in the north. It was only Kwame Nkrumah who was man enough to give us a tomato factory in the north. He also gave us a beef factory in the north. We all remember the Volta Star, the Black Volta, corned beef, right? How many of you remember the Black Volta corned beef, which was made and manufactured right here in Ghana? The best corned beef in the world. Those who eat beef still remember that Volta Star corned beef was the best, better than those that you bring from Argentina and the rest now. Nkrumah built it. Where is it? It's lost. How about the tomato factory? It's lost. Kennedy Agyapong says, when I come into power, I will build factories in the north. I trust him. I trust that Kennedy Agyapong will do this thing he's talking about. I have never heard Kennedy Agyapong say, I am going to take up this thing and build this. And he hasn't done it. I've heard him say that I will do this to this person, I will harm that person, I will do that to that person, and nothing happened. But to say he will do a certain project, I've never seen him fail. We have seen how much he has donated to so many different people around. We have seen how many people he has employed. We have seen so many different outfits that this single MP, who refuses to be a minister of state because of his business reasons, we've seen what he has done. He says he will build factories in the north. I believe he can do that. And I believe that when voted into power, he will find the money and do that. But is he the right president for Ghana? Does he have a big heart for Ghana? Or he will be one of the puppets of the white man? That is the big question we have to ask. A lot of our leaders are nothing but puppets. When Mahama came in, he also fell short when it came to corruption. There were many other people who came in and they fell short when we talked about Pan-Africanism. Apart from Kwame Nkrumah and probably Evans Atta Mills, who held the torch of Pan-Africanism. I haven't really seen any president of this nation who was that Pan-Africanist minded. Agyapong was probably one, but he also fell short in the line of corruption. My brother, my sister, to Kennedy Agyapong, you might have a good heart. You might be, as it stands right now, the best for your party. Because the others joined Nana Akufo-Addo and destroyed this party. Yes, you are a member of the party. You have called out your party on several occasions. Many party members do not even like you because of the hard truths you tell them. But my problem here is, will you be a sellout to the West? Or you stay on your own? We need to see more proof. As it stands right now, I want you to win the ticket for your party. But I don't want you to be president until you prove that you can go beyond just local and go international with the banner of Pan-Africanism. This is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Coco Show, where we speak truth to power. And of course, when we return, we got more. And still ahead, your messages are going to be read on the show. Make sure that you share the broadcast. Make sure that you like and you comment. This is how this channel can go far. This is where we speak truth to power. My name is Blakk Rasta. Hey! Wayo!
Skipper George.
Blackpot. Coco show man.
This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kuku Shodomo. Our numbers are rolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers, call us and do business with us. Everybody's watching this channel. This is where we speak truth to power. Ghanaians trust this source so much because they know that we have the pedigree. They know that we have kept it real all this while. We have never been swayed by anybody. We are only on the side of the truth. Oh yes. Everybody in Ghana and in Africa knows for sure that this is the channel that speaks all the hard truths. We are not affiliated to any political party. We are only affiliated to the truth. That is what it is. In the line of duty, we might fall short. It's not everything that we see as the truth that might be the truth. And we must be able to tell you that this is what it is. But we try to tell you nothing but the truth according to us and according to the people we represent, the general public, the masses. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kuku Shodomo, where we speak truth to power. Keep your comments coming in. Next story. Watch it and bust it. Watch it. It says Mali drops French as official language. Africa is beginning to prosper. Africa is beginning to make sense. Africa is beginning to make things happen. Mali has dropped French. We have a coup d'etat in Niger. And the president has been held captive. We don't support coups. We do not want coup d'etats. We bring our leaders in via the ballot box. If we must take them out, we must take them out using the same democratic means. I pray and hope that the people in Niger will be able to bring democracy in there and let it work. You can impeach a leader, but coup d'etats are totally unacceptable. But today we are not talking about Niger. We're talking about Mali. They have dropped the French language. They are not ready to speak French there anymore. They were a colony of France. And for some time now, they and France have had, in fact, a tug of war. Huge one. They chased the French embassy out of Mali. And now they have taken it a next step further. Run the story. This is the leader. He himself came in through a coup d'etat, removed his boss, sacked all his bosses, and decided to take over. Many people see him as a Pan-Africanist. Many people see him as a man who can take Mali to the next level. But the sad thing about our leaders, the West always has a way of puppeting them. Before you realize, and this won't be the first time, once we encourage coups, somebody could just shoot this guy and kill him. His own friend could just shoot him and kill him, all because he has had some huge amount of money given to him by the West. The West has always been responsible in installing and uninstalling leaders in Africa. Those of you who read a little bit, find time and read the Confessions of a Hitman. You will see that in it. Many other such books. How the West controls Africa and wants to recolonize Africa. These are books you can find around and read. The West is always interested in Africa. As long as the West has Africa in its hands, it can control Africa. But as long as Africa escapes from the hands of the West, Africa will become more prosperous and more independent. That is what the West doesn't like. It's so sad that even after slavery and colonialism, the West is still interested in subduing and suppressing Africa. We need leaders like Sankara, like Kwame Nkrumah, who would all stand firm and in unison with the rest of Africa to liberate Africa well. Or else, if we see ourselves as little pockets, small countries, what Nkrumah calls fragmentation, fragmentalism in Africa would only set one nation against the other, and we see ourselves as different nations. Yes, we are different nations with different languages, different cultures, but in totality, we are one Africa. What does one Africa mean? Recognizing that we come from so many different ethnic backgrounds. We have so many different cultures, yet we are one people because we come from the same great grandfather. Run the story. Mali drops French as official language. With its new constitution, Mali has dropped French, which has been the country's official language since 1960 when it gained independence. According to reports, under the new constitution passed overwhelmingly with 96.91% of the vote in a June 18 referendum, French is no longer the official language, although French will be the working language. 13 other national languages spoken in the country will receive official language status. Come here! Mali, which has about 70 other local languages, underline that, 70. You see the culture that we have. One country has 70 languages. 70 indigenous languages. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? How many indigenous languages does America have? How many? How about France itself? One country in Africa, Mali, 70. Ghana has more. Nigeria has more. All these languages, different people, yet one people. Oh, what a paradox. Mali, which has about 70 other local languages spoken in the country, and some of them including Bambara, Bobo, Dagon, and Mandinka, were granted national language status under a 1982 decree. Hold it there. Do we know the Dogon people of Mali? How many of us remember them and know their history? These were the people who invented the clock. Somebody won't understand. Who invented the clock? He was a Dogon. They were able to look, and up till now they do, look at the atmosphere and tell you when it will rain without using any instruments. Tell you the weather forecast. Open it up like that. The Dogons of Mali. Next page. Recall that Mali's junta leader, Colonel Assimi Goita, put the country's new constitution into effect, marking the beginning of the Fourth Republic in the West African nation. According to the presidency, Mali's military, since taking over in an August 2020 coup, has maintained that the constitution will be critical to rebuilding the country. Come here. Of course, African constitutions are so detrimental to the development of the continent. In Ghana, we are struggling to change some portions of the constitution. The constitution that overly gives power to one man, and one man can misbehave and drag all of us into his web. My brother, my sister, I congratulate the people of Mali. It's good that you are promoting your own languages. I cannot wait till when we are also able to do that. And instead of using this as a language that is the official one in a country, we can use our own languages. We deserve that. The sad thing is that our languages are older than the languages that we have even adopted. Dogon is older than English. Mandinka is far older than French. Yet those languages have become bigger than our own languages. What happened? What was the reason? They promoted it. Intentionally. Intentionally. Today, if you go to the University of Ghana, they are giving scholarships to students there who study Chinese. The Chinese are also coming. Right now, they are making products and they don't even translate it. It's all Chinese. That's what it is. They won't translate. They are putting it there. You must learn Chinese. Look at Arabic. As a Muslim, you are encouraged to learn Arabic. If you don't learn Arabic, but you will still recite Arabic words when you are praying. When you are praying to Allah. They have made it look like to go to God, the key is Arabic. So even us who do not speak Arabic and understand it, we will still go there and stand and recite words of the Quran in Arabic. We might have the general understanding, but we do not understand Arabic word for word. But we parrot it in front of God. And I ask myself, are we communicating to God? It's like me, I don't speak Chinese. And I'm told that ching hong ting ting ha ho. Here ya hu ha ha hin king kan ha. Because the language is all about ching 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 ching. That this is what it means in totality, in general. This is supposed to be a prayer that says, God, please give me water to drink. God, I want to be able to prosper. Then you go and stand before God. Ching ching ho ho ha ha hi ho 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 hi hi ho ho ho. Are you communicating? Or is it magic? Are they magic words? That's some of the things I say. Some people don't like it. They think that we are fighting their religion. But we are questioning things. We will never be able to make it if we don't question things. I'm just questioning. Why should I speak to a God in a language that I don't understand? I do not understand. And I'm asking. The others will say, oh, it's okay. You can still speak to God in your language. My brother, go to the Nima Mosque. One hot Friday, when people are sitting in the mosques, go and stand there and say, oh, Yakupo, na we are kokroko. Missy, oh, Yakupo, we are kokroko wate. Oh, Yakupong. Maba unchain. Pacho, the company dimi. Na mabe de mi pesanka. Umami, man kani be se mienu bi. Na mi de akoshe mi alpha wati. Oh, Yakupong. Everybody in the mosque is going to see you as a charlatan. They're going to see you as a madman. But when you come and stand and say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. It's normal. Speaking truth to power. When I went to Palestine, the Palestinians did not understand why somebody coming from Ghana and has a Muslim name or an Arabic name does not speak Arabic. They were wondering, so how do you worship God? How do you pray to God? Palestine. A lot of people in Palestine believe that every Muslim must speak Arabic. If you don't speak Arabic, then how are you communicating to God? No, we parrot it. We recite. Is it magic? Are they words of magic? How did I digress this far? So please, let's pick up our own languages. Let's make sure that we promote our languages. God gave us those languages. No language is bigger than any language. All the languages are very, very powerful African languages. And there are some words in our languages that can never be translated into any Western language. They are too powerful. To God be the glory. This is the Blackboard, a.k.a. Kukushodemo. And here we speak truth to power. Of course, when we return, we will be reading your messages. Keep them coming in and keep them respectful. Hey! Wayo!
bastards.
Blackpot. Coco show man.
This is the Black Pot, aka Coco Show them on. Here we speak truth to power. Nobody is bigger than the truth. Come together. Let us look at the bigger picture, devoid of all religion, devoid of tribalism, devoid of all affiliation. We were first human beings before religion even came. We were human beings before all those labels came in. This is the Black Pot. Thanks so much to Shrine and thanks so much to Izit. Now we're looking at your comments coming in. Watch me. Sweet Papito is coming in for the first time, I believe. This is the first time I'm seeing Sweet Papito. Thanks so much. It says Black Pot, Miss. All right. Sweet Papito, Miss. Nachinsi on point. Nachinsi simply means say, yeah, you know, swag. That's Nachinsi in Dagmani. You know, unless you are speaking some other language, Sweet Papito. Marcos Equiamwa says, good day to you, Black Rasta and the family members. Blessed love to the big family. We love you. This is the family of the Black Pot. Max Pro says, we are here ready to listen to you speaking truth to power. Big ups. Lenche. Woyo. Gladys Clark says, hello, Black Rasta, called in from Hamburg. Blessed love, Gladys, and how the people of Hamburg, we love you. No, Muhammad Abdallah says, you stayed in Europe and had your education. You enjoyed good life. Why then, when you relocate to Africa, you want to assume power, you can't translate their ambition to lift Ghana up. Lack of patriotism. Wow, this is deep. You've lived in Europe. You've seen how they do their things. The formula they use in uplifting their nation. Then you come and then you want to be a puppet of these people. Certainly they will drag you into what benefits them and not you. Oh, Jesus. The pain. I just want to wake up one day and be told that, oh, Black Rasta, you are having a dream all along. Sharif Ibrahim says, Mali, top Pan-Africanism. Blessed love. Next one says, Ekeni Okoli. I like that, Ekeni. Black Rasta, God bless you so much and keep you and your family safe. More fire. Dobi Gumli says, good evening, Black Rasta. No one is bigger than the truth. Keep the good work. We are behind you. Max Pro says, roll the story. Come here. God bless you. The legend, the Kuchoko legend. Blessed love. Petrina Otu says, more fire, Black. Truth to power always. Amoli for Richard says, watching live inside Bono region. We are mourning the paramount chief of Sunyani Traditional Council, Nana Basoma Aso Nkrawiri the second. But I can't miss this show. I can't miss this show. 1 minute silent for the late chief. Thank you so much. We do appreciate you that you have been able to still find time and watch this, even though you are mourning your chief. He's our chief too, and we mourn him too. May he rest well. I hope in his tenure of life, he was able to do positive things for the area. I'm sure that's why you remember him. Mustafa Watara says, reasoning time. That's right. God's Way Jata says, Black Rasta, more fire. Olivius Nwinzi says, congratulations to President Assimi Goita. We will surely get there. Fitz Daniel Doe Kojo says, speaking truth to power, Black, the real Kuchoko legend, Fitz Daniel Dose is full of power. He said, yes, they tell you until them come into power, they will not get any support. I think he's still trying to talk about the fact that you don't have to say that till my party comes into power, I'm useless. The institutions must work now. Enjoying the Black Pot segment right now. Thank you so much, Fitz Daniel Dose Kojo. Volks says, Ken can't be president. He's Akufo-Addo 20 times. Well, that's your opinion. I don't think so, though. I don't think so. That's why we have different opinions. I don't want him to be president. He has to prove that he's a Pan-Africanist. Somebody who's looking for the forward movement of Africa. Somebody who has so many business interests in the West and all that. Is he going to be able to speak against the West and not be afraid that he will lose his businesses there? That's what I'm thinking about. Strong vibes. NPP has to collapse. They don't have anything good for this Nkrumah Ghana. I don't like NDC too, but I think they have a little good intention for Ghana. I think so too. Ras Osaje for Dua built in Dan Dogo Goma Dogo. Yinzor Bill says truth to power. As usual, more fire. More stories coming in. All right. So make sure that you send more comments as we have more stories. Next story. We're going to make it quick. Run like a horse. Shameless politicians responsible for Galamsey. Galamsey is the destruction of the earth right here in Ghana, just looking for gold illegally. Politicians have made it their mainstay, their main source of making money, to terrorize us with noise and lies. They are terrorists. Yet they are all running around and saying that, oh, terrorists are now making money from illegal mining to finance their terrorist activities. You are terrorists too. You are terrorizing us with noise and lies and corruption. But who is saying this? This is the man. Honorable Agboja. In fact, he's been saying so many things. The thing about our politicians is that when they are in opposition, they are the, in fact, epitome of wisdom. But when they get into power, power corrupts them and they can't think anymore. I want to believe that this will not be one of them. Agboja, that's his name. Run the story. He says, you should be ashamed. Kwame Agboja to MPs. Others involved in Galamsey. Run the story. Illegal mining, otherwise known as Galamsey, remains a major pattern in Ghana. These illegal miners have activities that affect water bodies, making drinking water unsafe. According to the Minority Chief Whip in Parliament, Kwame Govins Agboja, the activities of Galamsey, yes, also lead to the depletion of fish stocks. Yes, that's true. The depletion of fish stock, apart from creating an imbalance that can erode the food web and chain and lead to a loss of other important marine life, also destroy us human beings, right? For this reason, Mr. Agboja said persons involved in Galamsey should be ashamed. He asserted that these people destroying the environment sit on traditional media to talk about this growing menace, knowing very well that they are the cause of the problem. Dash it away. So this is what Govins Agboja is saying. But he has also told us those who are doing the Galamsey. Who are those? Galamsey equipment don't cost 10 cedis. Government knows those behind it. Did I read anymore? It means that government is sponsoring these illegal activities. Like I said earlier, the president said that he would put his presidency on the line to fight Galamsey. Did he do it? Did he do it? Look at our water bodies, all gone bad. Any idiot can leave his country and come here and destroy our water bodies and go away. They are interested in selling us bottled water. And those selling us the bottled water are happy that the water bodies are being destroyed, forgetting that the main source of their water is also coming from there. They will need more chemicals to be able to purify, in quotes, the water they are selling to us. At the end of the day, they will be selling us cancer in bottles. We don't think far. We don't think far. We do not think far. We do not think far. We have to be careful. Government officials. Today we are hearing that some people have over $1 million American stashed in their homes. And we have people who can come and defend this rot. Corrupt minds. These are people who should have been sold into slavery in the days. You come and tell me that, oh, the money, this belongs to this dead person, that belongs to that dead person, and this one belongs to this person and that person. So your duty is just bola bola. Zoom lion. Go out there and eat rot like the scavenger. You are vultures in power, you dirty people. Posterity will judge you so harshly. A lot of you will die from cancer. Some of you will have liver cirrhosis. Some of you will have erectile dysfunction. A lot of you are going to die like idiots for the number of people you are killing. I curse you. Go to the hospitals and see politicians. Urinary retention. Yet the poor man is still walking around at 80. He's still able to do things. Yet some of you, 62. Urinary retention. You have cancer of the things that we cannot even mention. Cancer of the intestines. Cancer of the heart. Cancer of the teeth. Cancer of the nose. You have all kinds of cancers. I give you more cancer because you are wicked. Dash and bring me the next thing. Wicked people in power. They don't think about the bigger picture. They're thinking about their pocket. They steal money and build houses. Those houses would collapse and kill you. And all other corrupt people. I curse all of you. Wicked people. Stray animals for sale. When you come to Ghana, there are people who don't respect animals. Animal rights in Ghana is terrible. We slaughter animals as if it's a game. Let Salah come. Everybody is slaughtering all over the place. We are beating animals on the streets. In Ghana, you can see all kinds of domestic animals stray on the street. On our streets, you can find cows looking for food. Goats and sheep, oh, they are with us. Everywhere you go on the streets. Cows are killing them left, right, and center. A friend of mine just called me from America. He told me he's been in America for 7 years. Yesterday was the first day he saw a snail because it rained in the state where he was. Snail. My brother, even in my bedroom, sometimes I find snails on my wall. Other times you see crows in your room and you don't know what hole they pass through. Everywhere there are animals. But there's a man who says he's auctioning the animals. What a man. This is the man. I wish I could shake hands with this guy. We are so wicked. We claim we are domesticating the animals, yet we turn them into street animals. When we want to eat them, we will find them wherever which street they are on and kill them and eat them. In fact, assassinate them and eat them. Run the story. I have been auctioning goats, animals that misbehave in the municipality. Try and find the owners of these animals. They are the biggest misbehaving people and deal with them too. Run the story. The municipal chief executive for Ghana West, Clement Wilkinson, has stated that he has implemented a bylaw in his constituency to address the issue of animals causing damage to properties due to negligence from their owners. Please add stray animals to in general. When you see the animals running around, catch them. Catch them and donate them to orphanages and schools. That would have been the best. I would have wished that you don't even eat the animal. But in a country where you cannot preach vegetarianism, at least donate them to the orphanages. Donate them to the schools. And let the schools at least put this there and see how many stray animals you see within 1 month of this bylaw. All stray animals, we will arrest them and donate them to schools so that at least Koshoko would be a thing of the past. And see what will happen. Dash it. Give me the last story and we are done. Last story. And I am done. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kokoshonemo. And here we speak truth to power. Last story. Watch it. As it's rolling, more cash stolen from government officials. My God. Ghana has become the most ridiculous country in the world. We have a president who is utterly arrogant. He has no respect for the indigenous. Nana Akufo-Addo is his name. A few days ago, one of his ministers, a female minister, Cecilia Dapa, had several millions of foreign cash, dollars, euros, and what have you, in hard cash, stashed in her bedroom. And dirty people are trying to defend her, giving us ridiculous answers and reasons. Somebody first said it was a funeral donation. Even the funeral of Bob Marley, how much did they make from donations? The funeral of the Queen of England who just died, how much funeral donations did they get? Your donation is running into millions of dollars. What crazy people in power. Another government official has been robbed and is hard-earned in quotes, cash. Hard cash, foreign currency. This is the person. He's a lawyer, eh? Who is this? I know this face now. Oh? Ish. Hey. Well, I didn't look at this story before bringing it up. My God. This was my mate at University of Science and Technology. She's called Amida. Wow. She's a presidential staffer. Yes, she's a lawyer by profession. In fact, she did a housemanship at Soriat Law. No, well, not Soriat Law. What's the other one called? I've forgotten. Run the story. Hey. Presidential staffer identified as victim of high-value robbery of 114,000 US dollars. 800 pounds. Run the story. The identity of the victim involved in a high-value robbery has been revealed as Hamida Noon. So that's right. An assistant secretary, legal and administration in the office of the president. The incident took place at her Premier Palace home in the airport residential area of Accra, where she was reportedly held at gunpoint and robbed of significant sums of money. The robbery involved the theft of 114,500 US dollars, $800, 50,000 Ghana cedis, and 3,000 euros from a trunk located inside her lawyer's closet. Additionally, during the incident, lawyer Hamida Nuhu was held at gunpoint and robbed of an additional 2,000 Ghana cedis. Right? Yes, 2,000 Ghana cedis and 800 US dollars and various pieces of jewelry. In connection with the robbery, 8 individuals have been apprehended and presented before an Accra High Court. The accused persons include Raymond Tete, alias Metiti, Mawuli Heleshi, a.k.a. Mosquito, David Cockviner, Joseph Niamu Ofe, alias Gaza, a.k.a. Hero, Malik Alassan, alias Goliath, at Abebe, and many more. I know Hamida very well. We were together at UST, Kumasi. And I can say that that's a sister. I know her house in Wa. She doesn't come from a rich home. Why would anybody want to rob her? Is it because she's close to power and maybe she's also getting money from power? Or was it money from the court that she was taking there? This write-up didn't tell us more about that. We are not going to make a hasty conclusion. We're going to get into it. How many government officials are milking the nation? In fact, this is peanuts as compared to what Cecilia had in her bedroom. Could they tell us the source of this money? What was the money doing? They said her lawyers whatever. Could it have been officially from the law courts? Why was the money with her? Or is it from her chambers? Why in hard currency? Is it an exhibit? We are going to go deep into it and find out exactly what it is. My name is Blakk RASTA, and you can trust me. We'll bring more stories. In the interim, we have some comments coming in. Timothy Zuri says, Blakk, my people here always feel your show. I have your recording here. I used to play for them. Keep up the good work. We are watching you live from WA. Keep playing the tapes. Years after I'm gone, those tapes will still make sense. Shirley says, hello from Texas. Oh, Shirley. How you doing, Shirley? I know Shirley too. You know, there used to be around 600 tribes in the United States. So there was once hundreds of languages. But few are spoken now. Thanks, Teacher Rasta. I'm learning so much, and we are also learning from you, Shirley. So these languages that came, were they indigenous American languages like the Indian languages, the Navajo, and the rest of them? Are these the languages? Well, we are going to research more into that. And now, all the languages faded out. Why did they fade out? Because they had no promotion. Nobody is speaking them anymore. People victimize you when you speak them, like it is happening in Cameroon right now. So many reasons can make a language go extinct. So it's a good thing to have our languages promoted. Ayo Susanna says fire. And Timothy Zuri says, Blakk Rasta, when are our leaders going to repent? There is too much hardship in Ghana now. That's true. Me and you must force them to repent or remove them from power. Sharif Ibrahim, Canada, Agyapong, and Baumia issue still dwindling in war. Jida Fododo Tibilil says, politics can be very mean and dirty. The things politicians say about each other. Timothy Zuri says, Blakk Rasta, you used to call one Muslim man called Ustaz Shamun, yes? It's a long time. I heard from him. I'm watching you live from yes, Ustaz Shamun is still around. You know, he travels a lot. I'll find out where he is right now. Fenway says, all these NPP candidates are clowns, but at least Kennedy Agyapong is the most credible amongst them. If we must choose one of the 10 to be president or to represent their party, it must be him. I agree with you. I agree with you. Joe Amma says fire. Nuhu. Muhammad Abdallah says, I believe him. But he goes after people who are not in the interest of the nation. Yeah. The other day he was fighting some slave queens, and you have too much time. Kennedy has too much time to be fighting slave queens. And Joe Amma says wisdom. J. Coleman. J. Coleman says we need a coup in Ghana. Well, we need a coup of. You understand? We need to remove from our minds the brainwash education in a coup d'etat, violent coup d'etat, and bring in new information on Pan-Africanism to match our country forward. That's what we need. Jida Fododo says, Mr. Blakk, good evening. Politics is not only a dirty game, but many politicians play it directly. A lot of history is just dirty politics. And yes, he's made his point. That's what he thinks. And Mawena says, Blakk Rasta, I'm watching you from Togo, Lomé. God bless you. And keep doing this good job for Africans. Soleji Mawena, Akpesia, Akpekaka, Akpe. Joanna Okumu says, my brother, more fire, respect, and love every time. Nuhu Muhammad says, it's like sometimes you mix what you seem similar to other stories. I don't really get it. Sometimes you mix what? I don't get it. Dobie Gubli says, Blakk, what you are doing? I think he wants to ask, why are you doing your program in English? Are you an Englishman, or did you learn it? So leave Islam alone and deal with your own problem. My brother, nobody's attacking Islam. I'm only questioning. We shouldn't question. This is why we would always be backward. We have to question. We are not animals. That is why when you go to the Makaranta, you ask Malam questions, right? So I'm asking questions. Nobody's fighting Islam. I'm speaking English because English is the language that a lot of people understand in this country. Today, if I start speaking Dagbani right now, how many people are going to understand it? And the message needs to go out right now. It's an emergency for people to be able to pick up things. So don't be bubbly. Nobody's fighting Islam. Don't put that in your mind. I thought you would have rather answered the questions that I asked. Don't do that. Jidefo no do says power and politics are vital, but sad things in politics very dirty. That's what he's trying to say. Marcus Godson says, big up yourself, King Blakk. You always run it like no one does. Atia Awinyaba says, hello, Blakk. I am so happy for your great work. Joe Ama says, love you, Rasta, watching you from the US. Joe Ama says, still the same. Used to listen to you from Takrade. That's what Joe Ama says. He says that Blakk Rasta is the same. He hasn't changed from when I used to listen to him about 30 years ago in Takrade. That's what it is. Timothy Zuri says, Blakk, I need your number. Please, I'm Timothy Zuri from Blessed Lord Petrina. O2 says, Blakk Rasta. My daughter says, God bless you always. Blessed Lord, we love you. More comments coming in. No, Muhammad Abdallah says, I like you, but sometimes you make stories that look alike, that look like it's a religious matter. No. Okay, now I get you. It's not a religious matter. I'm asking that in Islam, whether we understand the Arabic or not, when we go to stand by God or in front of God, we are reciting Arabic. Why is it difficult to understand? Is it a fight against Islam? No, we are asking the question, why? And I told you that I was right there in Palestine. And coming from Ghana, the Palestinians had it in their mind that if you're a Muslim, you must speak Arabic. You know that. And if you're a Muslim, it's recommended that you even pick up Arabic names. True? If you are called Dobi Gubli and you become a Muslim, you have to pick up a name like Mustafa, Abdul Rahman. True? We hear it's not by force, but you are encouraged to pick up those names. Why do you have to drop your local names and pick up names? Like we are asking questions. So let the Malams explain. If you can explain, then explain. That's it. That's why there's a platform for you to explain some of these things. It's not a fight against Islam. It's the same way you go to the mosque and you want to ask Imam questions. It's the same way you go to Makaranta or Maulid or some other thing like that and you want to ask questions. Why is it that every time we ask questions, people want to put meanings, read meanings into that and make it look like we are fighting something? We are asking. I don't understand Arabic. But if I am a Muslim, Chinese, or even Dagati, if I go and stand, I have to memorize. Right? About 99% of all Ghanaians who are Muslims, I can tell you, I might not be far away from the truth, might not even speak Arabic, but they all communicate with God. When they go and stand there, they have to recite it in Arabic, true or false. True or false. You might have a general understanding of the whole verse, but do you know every single word? That's what I'm saying. I'm questioning. Can you answer? Or I have to wait until I learn Arabic and get to understand it before I can become a Muslim? It's a question. Or I have to go and stand and recite to God. I'm reciting. I'm not speaking to God. Daniel Alfonso says, Blakk Rasta, when are you gonna sit one-on-one with JM to hear his side of the story, as you always accuse him of corruption without, what do you mean without any proof? Hey, JM, when he himself said that he made mistakes and in his government there was corruption. What are you talking about? Hey, Ghanaians, open your eyes. Oh. If you support a man, be very honest. JM was very corrupt. What happened to the bus branding? Bus branding. At the end of the day, they had to fire somebody. There was somebody in his government who was thinking about stealing $1 million American dollars. At the end of the day, those people were kicked out. You understand? On tape, caught. Corrupt activities. Money was flown all the way from Ghana in a plane to go and give to players. That's money laundering. In hard cash, in dollars. And you tell me JM was not what? Was not, oh, don't do that, my brother. Joseph Zanu says, thank you, Blakk Rasta. Blessed love. More comments coming in. All right. Oscar Pendragon says, Blakk, I'm late, but I know obviously you are speaking the truth to power. God bless you. I am watching live from Israel. Blessed love to all the people in Israel. I was in Israel a couple of years ago, and I went all the way to the Aqsa Mosque, the mosque where the Prophet of Islam himself was there. I went to sit at the very place that the Prophet of Islam sat. I love history. Oh, Aqsa Mosque, Al-Aqsa. Al-Aqsa, beautiful mosque. And I went all the way to the birthplace of Jesus Christ. And I went in there and laid down at the place that Jesus was born. They were stopping me. Don't do that, don't do that. Before they realized I was there already. I'm only for Richard says, what is the secret behind the big people keeping huge sums of money in their homes but not in the bank? Because they are scared that the bank can give leads. And when you follow those leads, they might be incriminated. It's simple. Any which way, my name is Blakk Rasta, and I want to say thank you so much. I do appreciate you, and I do want to Ghana and the youth, please question your religions. Any religion that does not encourage questioning is not a good religion. It's a secret cult. Question anything that you are told. Run it in your mind. When I went to America and I was teaching, I realized that the American system trains people to ask questions and question things. But here, once Malam tells us that this is what it is, nobody has the right to question. You are questioning. Let's be careful. Any which way. My name is Blakk Rasta. I love you. Remember to subscribe to our channel. It's called Blakk Empire Media. Blakk is spelled B-L-A-K-K. Click on the notification button. It's a bell. And whenever we are on, you would watch us live. I love you. I never take you for granted. Your time is very much appreciated. I love you. Whoa!